Hey guys, don't be shy. Get over here. Welcome back to the shop. Today I'm going to show you... Where are you going? Scare you away? Welcome back to All American Arts Workshop. Today I'm going to make some simple signs on the X-Carve. Some quick, easy sellers at a craft show or nice little Christmas gifts. They're going to be painted, engraved, and then painted on the inside. So we're going to engrave them out with some paint mask over the top of them, and then we'll just spray them in with some Rust-Oleum spray paint. But I'll teach you some tricks and some things not to do. I've already learned the hard way on some of these things that don't work. So come with me and we'll hop right into it and make some signs. Alright, so I started with just getting some select pine, Home Depot, 8 foot. It's 8 inch wide. I already ripped that down to 2 foot long pieces here. I'm just going to put a nice straight chamfer on the edges, and then I'm going to stain them both different colors. One's going to be a black cherry, one's going to be a carbon gray, and then we'll get them engraved. But I'll get some chamfers on them here and get them stained. We're going to dive into the Easel software here a little bit. We'll get a design going. There's a couple ways to do this. You can just simply type something out, kind of like a design that I'm going to do here. Not like that. Say this is us, and then it's our family. Let's go over to Google here. You can either buy an SVG off of like Easel that someone made. If you're making a sign for yourself, you can come onto here and grab an SVG file and save it to your desktop. Come over to your Easel file, import SVG, grab your file from your desktop there, or you can come over to apps. If it's not an SVG already, come to image trace and you can do a JPEG or anything else. Upload your file, select your file. I'll show you one here quick. Let's go with compass, upload. Now we'll make a vector of your file, traceable image that you can cut out, so you just import it. Now that's all ready to cut. Do your depth. But today we're going to do a couple This Is Us family signs that I already have a thing made up. So I'll paste that in here. All I got to do is kind of size that to my sign. So I'm going to get my actual piece of wood up here, which is going to be 7.125 by 23.125. And 3/4 inch thick. Then we'll just center this on there. So my X is going to be 3.6-ish, and 23, 11.5, 11.6. So that's going to be pretty centered on there now. Now you can go right to your size here. It'll keep it centered, but then you can kind of fill it in a little bit more if you want. That's a little bit too big. 6.5. Oh. Why is this doing it backwards? Let's size it like this, yes. Oh, it's because I rotated it 90 degrees before, so it's all backwards. It's going opposite. We'll just size it like this. Little trick for you laptop users. If you plug a mouse into here, that's the only way you're going to be able to zoom in on your preview. Generate a detailed preview here. So that's what I got the wrong bit in there, so it's only showing what a 1/8 inch bit would take out. It wouldn't be able to cut it all. So that's a good way to check and make sure your bit's able to cut that. I'm going to use a 60-degree V bit on these, and it's going to regenerate this. So that's what it's going to look like there. So yeah, you need a mouse with a laptop to be able to scroll this around. I was actually watching a video of someone doing a sign, and I'm like, well, how are you doing that? Of course they're using a desktop, and that's why I was never able to see it. It was always like way zoomed out too, so you're not able to like see anything. But yeah, that's how you make your design. You just get it to your size, cut. You can do outline, inside, outside, on the path. I'm going to do a fill with the 60-degree bit, and then of course we'll have the paint mask over the top. So once that V bit carves it all out, we'll spray some spray paint over the top, and that will paint the engraved part. Got some nice chamfer on that now. Just give it a nice little sand down with some 220. Alright, so we're going to get these stained up now. They're all sanded down and got the chamfers on them. I'm going to be using Varathane, wood stain, carbon gray, and black cherry. I'm going to try something new by staining these here. I just seen this on YouTube. I guess if you tap these together 2 times, it stains it for you. That didn't work. Maybe it was 3 times. There it is. got her to work that time. Thanks, Harry. Now that those are all stained up, we'll let them dry for a little bit. Put the paint mask on there right away. It will take off a little bit of stain, so let it soak in there a little bit, and then we'll get them on the X-carve. Alright, yeah, so here are a bunch of signs that I made on the X-carve, engraved out with the V-bit. Some were painted in, like this one. It's painted in white. This one's painted in black, blue, black. But quick and easy signs you can make. Carve out shapes. Different shapes you can carve out. Then you can do epoxy inlays. That's a cribbage board I made. More epoxy inlays. Bunch of words I engraved. This is going to be a fish counter that's got these bobbers in here. I just used that to count how many fish you got, and then they'll have names up here. But yeah, there's endless possibilities you can make with the X-carve. Any CNC, I guess. Vinyl cutter also helps make signs as well. Instead of engraving it, you can put the vinyl on there, spray your spray paint, and then peel it off. Then you got the words. That's how I used to do a lot of them before I got the CNC. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put our paint mask on here. I got two different kinds. This one's an Aura mask by Orcal Vinyl. This one is Avery Dennison stencil mask. Yeah, it doesn't say really anything else. Part number 1829SK. So we're going to go ahead and put them on there. We'll try them both out and see what works the best. I have not used them both with the, well, I've used this one the most with the V-bit. I tried to use this one with a straight cut flute bit. Didn't work very well. It tore up, but I'm going to try it out with the V-bit now, so we'll see how that works. Whoa, that was crazy. Well, I wanted to show you how to put it on there, but kind of did it itself. Just cut a piece to size, squeegee it out, just like any other vinyl or sticker. Show you with this one here. Take your tape off here. Hopefully it doesn't fall over and do that thing again. Sorry about that. Happened again. Watched that Harry Potter show thing for the first time, part of it. Some weird stuff that's been happening ever since. But there you go. Got both of them on. We'll get them in there on the CNC. I'll show you how to set up your cut and get her going. So now that we're ready to cut, we got our piece of wood on the X-carve clamped down. Kind of just look where your design's going to be and put your clamps according to that. I got one here, one over there, and one kind of in the middle here. So now that we're ready to cut, we got our piece of wood on the X-carve clamped down. Kind of just look where your design's going to be and put your clamps according to that. I got one here, one over there, and one kind of in the middle here. The easiest way I found to kind of center everything on here is actually measure the center of your piece of wood. Get your piece of wood in there all straight with the wasteboard on the X-carve. And so I got that just under an eighth there. So yeah, I'm going to select this and I'm going to click on my shape, center, 0 out the X, 0 out the Y. So now my bit is going to start in the dead center of that piece of wood. So I mark my center on my piece of wood, get my V-bit directly on top of that and let her go. So I'm gonna be using one of my free days of the carve on the Easel software. You get 4 days a month of the pro version, and that's when you get the more fonts, different. You get the carve, of course, and a few other things. Really hoping that someday I could get the Easel Pro, maybe Inventables, wink wink, maybe sponsor me some software one of these times. Not yet sponsored. So yeah, use a free day here. Confirm thickness, go through your settings, manual, confirm that you're at your home work 0, raise your bit up, then if you're using a dust shoe, I'm going to just click skip on that, turn your spindle on, press carve. I still got to get her centered on there, so I'm going to hop back over there, but then we'll get her going. So I'm going to mark out my center on here. It's 23 1/4. 11 5/8. Double check it here, make sure my mouth is right. Yep. And 3 5/8. Alright, so there's my center. Like I showed you on the software, I got that centered on my design. So I'm gonna get this over here. And I gotta put a V-bit on it still. Grab my wrench, get my V-bit on. I'm just going to be using a Rockler brand 60-degree V-bit, 1/4-inch shank, 3 flute. Bring her up a little bit more here. Stick that in there, get her all tightened up. And we'll dial it in a little bit more. Alright, I got that zeroed out. So now we're gonna just double check all of our settings on the computer, our cut depth and everything. Still at an 1/8 inch depth. I'm on the fill instead of outline, 60-degree bit. Press carve. Alright, so I can already tell you that this vinyl is not going to work for the CNC. It's probably going to be best for just using as a stencil for cutting out and putting on stuff. It was already ripping off pieces that I don't want to come off, instead of staying by with nice crisp lines like this is already tearing up. The bit's lifting it off. I know the other stuff works just fine because like I said, I just made the 12 signs with it, or whatever I made. But we'll keep going with it and see what it looks like. Alright, so there's the first one all done. This vinyl, what I tried to stop it right away and say was, I seen this flake off. It's almost like it was like dry vinyl there or something, or I don't know. Maybe it was operator error, or the way I stored it or something. Bad piece of vinyl there, broke off. It wasn't really that sticky right here. It's kind of peeling up. But I can easily just patch that in with some tape. or another piece of vinyl, cut it freehand, and still spray it. I think I will probably try to save it. I'm gonna blow it out with the air compressor, see if any other pieces fall off or whatever, and then we'll see if I maybe just go with the natural wood color with the carbon gray, or if I fix it. But I know this other one's gonna work a lot better, but I will throw that in here and we'll make sure it does. Alright, there's the second one done with the Avery Dennison films. Turned out perfect, no lifting or anything, even this little piece stayed there. You can tell even when I blew that other one off, all the excess overhang stuff just shattered like glass basically with that air hose. So I don't know if I got like an old roll from Sign Warehouse or something, or, but we'll blow this one out. I like to blow it out and then just take a little pick, or like my X-Acto knife, and get in these little areas where it's a little fuzzy. Let's get rid of some of the fuzzes. Alright, so I'll do that, finish that off quick, and then we'll get some paint in them. Alright, they're both ready to go. Like you see there, I fixed that one with some just some painter's tape. It was pretty easy to just follow the line with the X-Acto knife. But I just start with spraying it from pretty far away. Get a nice thin coat in there. I know this yellow stuff will not bleed. I put it on here really thick, and it didn't bleed anywhere. Get a nice thin layer in there. You gotta go from every direction so you get the lips of every side. Put a little bit on this one here. Kick this one over a little bit. I'm gonna put a couple layers on these, and then we'll come back and take the paint mask off and see how, I guess, this one did. I know the yellow one will do just fine. Go ahead and get these unmasked here. This is the Avery Dennison. Just using a X-Acto knife here to get the little pieces out. Just come in at a nice sharp angle so you don't scratch the wood underneath the vinyl. Pick all the pieces out. So there's that one. That one turned out perfect. Nice crisp lines. See what the other one looks like here. Stuff just like breaks. Like so brittle. Seems like it didn't bleed at all though. See how my little patch jobs held up. Very nice. And there's that one. Turned out really nice too. I do got to touch up a little spot in there with a little paintbrush or a Sharpie. But otherwise it's just as good as the other one. Minus the little patch job I had to do. I don't know, Oracle vinyl is all I use for my regular decal vinyl. And their transfer tape, HT55 is the only transfer paper I use too, so I don't want to say it's a bad product or anything. Maybe I just got a bad roll from the supplier or something, but yeah, it seems a little brittle, just like breaks. But that Avery Dennison definitely feels a little bit thicker as well. But they both did the job, worked out good. Oh, there it is. Thanks for following along, checking out some signs that I made. It's a quick, easy way to make some signs for a craft show. If you've never done a craft show, they're fun. Pay $30 to $50 to get in, and I've always made more than that. So meet people and get your business cards out there and talk to a lot of people at the most. So thanks for watching the video. If you haven't been here before, make sure you like and subscribe. Both me and Wesley would greatly appreciate it. Until next time.
Bye.